Now, Final Score with Nick Walters on Fox 16.
What's cooking, everybody? Hopefully something tasty at your family festivities, because it's Mother's Day, and we're about to cap off the holiday with a mother of a show. Coming your way is Little Rock Golf's Rise to the Top and a Razorbacks great, soon hosting basketball youth camps. But speed kills, so let's start things off fast, as Isaiah Sategna, a Razorback signee in both football and track, has ran his way into the history books, proving to be a generational multi-sport talent in Arkansas. The state track meet was put on this past Friday, the best of the best from border to border flocking to the Rock. Between dashes, hurdles, jumps, and throws, many athletes and schools took home state titles. But one kid stood out as a record breaker and an eyebrow raiser. A four-star wide receiver and a shooting star on the track, Sategna hit the gas and won't look back until he hits the hill.
Razorbacks football signee Isaiah Sategna proved that he's got wheels and springs of historic proportions. A son of former track stars, the Fayetteville senior opted to not enroll early at Arkansas so he could finish his high school career with a bang, and he'd do just that at the state track meet.
I was going to graduate early in January and go start playing football and stuff, and at the last second I decided, no, I need to leave my mark on Arkansas track and field, which I felt like I had a good opportunity to, and I wanted to win the indoor state title, outdoor state title, and break a couple state records. So
he'd leave competition in the dust in a number of races today. In the 300-meter hurdles, Sategna would finish in 38.36 seconds, over 2 seconds faster than second place. Same story for 110-meter hurdles, being first place by a 1.1 second margin. Affected by wind, he didn't quite crack Arkansas's all-time highs on the track, but he would in the dirt. Sategna set a new state record in long jump, breaking records held in the 90s by Bazil Shabazz and Joseph Wright.
They always talk to me about Bazil Shabazz and how great he was, and I think I ended up breaking 3 state records, so I don't know how many he has, but I want people to remember me like that. And the younger generation, whenever I'm old and gray, I want them to be like, well, this kid, Isaiah Sategna, I mean, he was rocking it in 5-6 events at the state meet, so that was my goal.
Sategna would also take home first place honors for the 100-meter dash, and by a fraction of a second. With blazing track speed and the hops to clear hurdles in no time, Sategna will look to translate his talents to the football field as a wide receiver for the Razorbacks.
There was a huge headwind, so that was kind of a disappointment for the 100 and the 110 hurdles, but I just had to make the best out of the situation. Obviously, I wanted to go out with 5 state records today, and I didn't do that, but at the same time, I've won all my events, so I think that's like 16 or 17 individual state titles. So I have the indoor record in the 60 and then the 60 hurdles. And it was kind of frustrating because last week I ran 13.8 in the 110 hurdles, which would have been the state record. Again, like in the 300 hurdles, I ran 37.37, which was 0.07 off the state record. But I didn't do that again here. So it was a little frustrating, but at the same time, 3 state records. So I can't complain with that. Well, first I need to give all the glory to God. I mean, without him, I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't have all the accolades and stuff that I have. And I mean, obviously my parents, my mom, she was in the Olympics for Jamaica. My dad, he was a national champion in the decathlon. So track is kind of in my blood, and I just need to carry that over. So it's been a little hard because I've been in Arkansas. The track times and stuff aren't as fast as, let's say, California or Texas. So I've been trying to compare myself to the best in the nation, not just the best in the state. And some people say, oh, Isaiah, you're so hard on yourself, or you ran so good. But if I don't run a top time in the nation, I really go out into the lab and try and perfect my craft. I don't know as much about football as I do at track and stuff, so I try and implement track into my football game and just try and use the little mechanics that help me in track on the football field. Straight line, like acting like I'm coming out of blocks whenever I'm in my receiver stance and stuff. And I want to go to the SEC for a reason, and especially Arkansas. I mean, very special. Coach Pittman, I love, and also Coach Guyton, Coach Browse, just the whole staff, all the players and stuff there. It's just, it's a feeling like home, and I couldn't turn that down. And they actually accepted it, and they were really happy with it. I mean, obviously I was doing it for a reason. It's like it wasn't like I wasn't good at track and just trying to going to spring ball and stuff. I really wanted to leave a mark and stuff, and I had a reason for staying and running track. You really need to only perform well 1 year in the SEC to make it to the NFL. So obviously the NFL is my goal, and I want to go to the Olympics too. As soon as I get there, I'm gonna grind, give 100%. Obviously, I need to get a little bit bigger and stuff and work on some other little things, but I mean, I'm ready for the competition. I'm ready for the big dogs and stuff, and we get to play Alabama and stuff every single year. That's the best team in the nation, so can't ask for more than that. I'm just trying to inspire little kids. Like, I have a pretty big following on Instagram and stuff, and I just remember whenever I was that young kid, and I remember the athletes that I looked up to that would either take a picture with me, or I would be like, hey, can I take a picture? And they would reject me. So I remember those people to this day, and so I want kids to remember me as that kid that was really nice to them, would always take a picture. So I mean, I try and DM all the kids that DM me. So my freshman year, I jumped 24-1, and that was the second best jump ever indoors for a freshman. So I hadn't PR'd since then, and I kind of had been chasing that, and I just need to think about not chasing numbers, not trying to chase marks and stuff, but just go out and execute on my long jump, execute on my races and stuff, and the results will come. They told me that high school was going to go by really fast, and I didn't believe them, but I mean, I remember 3-4 years ago whenever I was a freshman, I mean, at the state, me doing 5-6 events, and I remember all the kids coming up to me like, oh, who are you? Who is this freshman? And it's crazy now that I'm a senior and stuff. So I've just been trying to work with the younger kids at my school and stuff. I've been trying to train other kids from other schools and stuff and just leave my mark.
Man, oh man, it's going to be a blast to see Sategna thrive on the next level, on the gridiron and on the track, following in the footsteps of his parents. All right, up next, the Little Rock Trojans golf team is having their best season in decades. A conference title, Coach of the Year, and Player of the Year in the Sun Belt, and the best may be yet to come. That feature is after this.
You're watching Final Score on Fox 16.
Welcome back into the Final Score, and happy Mother's Day. It's a great day to be a mom, and as of late, there's been many great days to be a Trojan. We're in the thick of baseball season, but the same can be said for college golf. And Little Rock has had their best season on paper in the last 21 years. That's about as long as their players have been alive. Their 2022 campaign has been nothing short of historic. A Sun Belt title, conference honors of Coach of the Year and Golfer of the Year, all on one team and in the same season. Here's a deep dive into their success and why their business is far from finished as they venture into national play.
It's special wearing the Trojan on our chest and kind of making a run here nationwide.
On courses across the country, program history is being made by the Trojans, and they'll soon compete with the nation's best. It's been a season to remember for Little Rock Golf, winning a conference championship for the first time in over 2 decades and for the 3rd time in program history, earning a bid to regionals for the 4th time in program history and doing so in back-to-back years, earning Coach of the Year honors, Player of the Year honors, and the Trojans hope the job is far from finished.
It's pretty satisfying. I mean, obviously it's one of the things that you said at the beginning of the year, kind of being your goal, and just to accomplish that, it's pretty special.
I mean, it's been a great year. We've had a lot of fun and a lot of success. This team is one of the best teams we've ever had here. 3 tournaments where we've won the tournament or tied for the win, and it's just been a fun process.
Coach of the Year and Player of the Year is special. It proves something about the program. It tells you a lot about the guys we have around us. Great people make other people great.
The Trojans took home a conference title for the first time since 2001 and did so on their own state soil. As in El Dorado in late April, a putt by Jansen Smith on the 18 green sealed a championship match win over Georgia Southern, avenging their loss to the same team on the same stage last year.
That just felt awesome. It felt like all the pressure came off our shoulders and let all the emotions come out, so it was amazing.
It's been a long time coming. I felt like we've had teams that were good enough to win in the past, and to be able to do it in El Dorado, at Mystic Creek, here in Arkansas, we have a chip on our shoulder. Like, we got to the conference finals last year and didn't do it. And this year we have 4 of the 5 guys that were a part of that last year that felt that pain. They know what it's like to not be able to close it out.
Oh, it's been amazing, especially with a group of guys. Kind of get revenge from what happened last year is pretty amazing, and we're all glad that we could get it done this year.
So getting to give it back some this year was fun. Felt well deserved, and it felt like all our hard work just collided for some really good golf and just helped us, and it was great for our team building, and it was great for our environment in general to build on something more for regionals. Bunch of hard work and a bunch of good guys. I mean, we're even better this year at pushing each other and getting each other better every day than we were last year.
It was special because, it came down to the last hole. So, you go through all the emotions of, okay, we got it, okay, we don't have it, we got it, and to be able to finalize it was really neat.
After finishing as runner-ups a year ago, 2022 was Little Rock's year in the Sun Belt. On Tuesday, Germany native Anton Albers was named the conference's top golfer, and Jake Harrington the top coach. Denmark native Magnus Lomholt joining Albers as a first-team Sun Belt selection.
The team is super special. I mean, we have a great group of guys. Like, we get well on and off the course. Super hard-working team. Everyone's pushing each other to get better every day.
Anton Albers is the top-ranked golfer in the Sun Belt and ranked 32nd nationally. He boasts a season scoring average of 70.70, currently the highest in program history, and he's finished top 10 individually in 8 of 9 events he's competed in this year. A senior who came to Little Rock by way of Germany 3.5 years ago, Albers has made himself at home, taking his game to a new level and enjoying the ride.
I feel like college golf is getting more international each and every year. It's different and it's been fun, so I'm super excited to be here and given the opportunity to just be around the guys, have them as my teammates, my friends on and off the golf course. So no matter what we do it together, and it's always a good time.
Well, Anton works his butt off and he deserves everything he gets. And yeah, he has progressed a lot since he's been here, and all of that is his hard work. I'm just happy to be a part of that process and to be able to see him flourish and get better every year. And you know, he's the rock of our team, and he's one of the guys that really provides that spark plug for us and allows us to do what we do.
Little Rock now sets their sights on the NCAA Regional Championships held in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida from May 16th to the 18th, while also competing in the PGA National. The team qualified for regionals in 2000 and 2001, then seeing a 20-year drought until 2021, when they finished 5th at Scottsdale Regionals to earn a trip to Nationals. Now the Trojans again go back-to-back with regional trips, this time heading in as an 8 seed as the Trojans try to qualify for the National Championships and rep the Rock with pride.
Pretty similar to how we had a chip on our shoulder at conference. There's another unfinished business we have at National Championship, what happened last year. We all want to go back to Scottsdale again and do better than we did last year. Going into regionals at PGA Nationals is obviously the first step, but we have to do well in order to advance to the National Championship. So I think that's pretty big motivation for all of us. And then after what happened last week, winning the conference championship, it feels good right now. I think we're in a good place.
We had unfinished business at the conference championship. We had a great run last year, made it through regionals to the national championship, but once again, we have unfinished business in places we want to go. When we have Little Rock across our chest, we have great pride in doing so. This community has been great to us. You know, anytime you're part of a golf program, we don't have facilities on campus. Everything we do is in the community.
We play all the country clubs in this area each and every week, and all the members, all the people in our community, they help us a lot make this happen and provide all the tools for us to compete and get better. So putting Little Rock up in the group with other big schools that we're competing against. So that's what we all work hard for and what we're striving for each and every day. So it's definitely special.
It's awesome. It feels good to put this program back on the map and in general just represent this area. I love this area. I'm not from here, but I've really grown into it. And it's fun. I mean, it's fun to feel the community around you whenever you play good and we experience success with us and congratulate us when we come around them. So it's fun, it's cool to represent and just to feel the community support. We need to get better for regionals. It's a strong tournament, it's a strong field. We'll be playing some of the biggest schools in the country. So we just need to clean up things here and there. I think we're all in a pretty good spot.
The country clubs that take care of us on a daily basis, that allow us to practice, that allow us to prepare, they're the reason we're allowed to build the program that we have. And so to be able to have Little Rock on our chest while we represent them and the people of this great city, it's an honor to do so.
Come on, boy! We cannot wait to see how Little Rock does through regionals and in their chase for a natty. Welcome back into the Final Score. To wrap up our Mother's Day show, we want to give a big shout out to all the moms out there. In and out of the classroom, and especially in sports, they're a huge part of what make athletes and athletics possible in the first place. Behind the highlights is almost always a mom who's poured hours of love and work into their kids. From buying equipment to drives to practices, they're the real day ones. And simply put, they're what makes sports, sports. But it's the one day of the year when we in TV world can show some love to our mom on the air. So how about it? Say hi to mine. Playing football and basketball growing up, I have her to thank for everything. I was an offensive lineman in Texas, and those pancakes on Friday nights came courtesy of her. I graduated from UT Austin in 2019, and that cap could have never been flung without her support. And don't hate on me for throwing my horns up, and after 2.5 years in Arkansas, I'm no stranger to hog calls. But she's a big reason why I'm at this desk at this very moment. Love you, Mom. But from the entire team at Fox 16 Sports, we hope all you mothers had a wonderful day. Y'all really do make the world go round. Well, that'll do it for Final Score. Thanks for taking time out of your Sunday evening to join us. For all the hardworking men and women in the studio and in the booth who make this show happen, I'm Nick Walters. Have a magnificent next week, and we'll see you next Sunday on the Final Score.